Fuckers.
Glory.
Holes.
Fuzzy nipples.
Gowron.gif.
Oh, God.
Glory.
Instead of just one, there's 4 of us.
God.
And I attempted to at least not get it in the recording. Everybody else just stopped that noise.
Yeah, they didn't care really at all, did they?
No.
No.
I was innocent.
No, you weren't.
It's about Glory. It's a Sunday.
We all like ice cream.
Mhm.
Ice cream, you scream, we all
Yeah.
ice cream.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome. I think to episode 59. I realise I realise with this group, and I'm starting to count towards it, that in 10 episodes' time, I'm not going to be able to get past the first 5 minutes of the episode. It's just not going to happen.
There'll be demands to release the tape if you edit anything.
So, yes, we are slowly but surely cruising towards a disaster of an episode, but still, we'll get on regardless. We are recording again once more Abomination Vaults with this lot of reprobate characters and players. I'm not sure which are worse.
The players.
The players.
Players.
Mhm.
Definitely the players.
Fair enough. We are basically getting. I keep on saying this. We're getting towards the end of the sort of first book of this, but more importantly, we're kind of now about 18 months into doing this. Now, not entirely this book, because I made some of this lot run through a level 0 campaign just to get them into it, and we had a couple of hiccups and pauses and various other bits and pieces that have come along, but we are getting there fairly well. Unfortunately for me, you might be able to tell already, this means that we're starting to wander into spring, and as such, I can't breathe. I am bunged up and full of hay fever. So, my apologies if I'm grouchier than normal. There is a reason why I, generally speaking, classify myself as the big grumpy gamer. It's because I'm a moany little sod. Oh, thanks for nodding. Thanks for nodding, Becky. Real helpful. Thank you.
This game not sponsored by Vicks Vapor Rub.
No, not.
Or the antihistamines Matt is mainlining.
Other options are available.
So in either case, there are some points at this where I am going to be more grouchy than normal, which probably is not going to go well for the players. But in either case, last time we were doing this, we had an episode where you were exploring the room and having a look around, and then an episode of kind of rescuing yourself from yet another ghost. Because once more, it would appear that the incorporeal undead are a little bit more than this group can handle at the moment. So, generally speaking, you guys have tried a number of times to figure out ways in which to handle the undead. Why is it all going so wrong? Is the question when it comes to these guys.
In my opinion, because I can roll really good on one episode, and then for 2 episodes I roll terribly, which means therefore we only fight incorporeal ghosts on my terrible rolling episodes. This is obviously what's happening.
I mean,
At least from Moz's perspective.
Moz was definitely missing from time to time, wasn't he? Last week.
What's that? You got 3 attacks, and you've missed with all 3 for the 3rd time in a row. Oh, what a surprise!
All the
clearly
incorporeal undead we fight are the plus 3 million to everything Pathfinder monsters.
Yes, naturally.
So clearly, since we had crap rolls last time, we should go straight back in and fight her again, because we must produce some good ones, right?
No, because you see, I rolled well at the first episode last time, and then it was terrible last time, the actual last time. So therefore, this is going to be another terrible one. So then we have to wait for the.
So we have to wait till next time to get my crossbow back.
The next time.
is what
No,
I'm
we just
hearing.
have to wait for the next time to kill off the poltergeist. However, we could just open the door. Pre-tie you with rope, open the door, and then just throw you down the hole, and you have
Yeah.
to figure your life out really fucking quick. This seems an entirely orcish solution.
It seems entirely appropriate for Neffy as well. I don't know quite why, but it just seems like their sort of solution.
If the viewers support
Mhm.
this, I want to see hashtag yeet the tiefling.
Unfortunately, people will be seeing this after it's gone out, so that's not
This is
really
true.
helpful.
I still want to see
Yeah.
if you support the concept as of now. I want to see hashtag yeet
Oh
the tiefling.
god, yeah. I want to see that.
It could be worse. It could be like Honest Gaming and have a ping pong ball cannon which is activated via tips.
I'm glad you said tips.
Okay, shall we take a risk at seeing what you guys actually decide to do by moving over to the map and playing a bit of music?
Joke.
Oswald may have more sensible ideas than the player.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything at all about that in any way, shape, or form. Okay, let's run a little bit of music. Jump over to this. I've actually realised the music is very loud on my computer. Let's deal with that. There we go. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. Right. Okay. So as you can all see, they are still stood at the door on the south-eastern side. My God, my brain is just full of fog because I forgot my cardinal directions there for a second. Where they just fought the poltergeist, and there is the chute on the other side, which Neffy has fallen into, but managed to protect themselves with a quick last-second grab hold of the edge. They know full well what's inside there, but let's see what happens, shall we? It's over to you guys, really, to discuss what you want to do.
Oh, that was a
Did
bit
we
of a
look
shit
at
show.
the south door?
Not yet. I haven't done that one.
Okay.
Yeah, you barricaded that one.
We might want
Thank
to
you.
do a bit more medicing on Neffy, I guess.
Yes, please.
The south door was...
I had something moving behind it.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, but it didn't ping
That's
the
it.
spiritual sense, so it's likely to be...
It was. Mhm. They were talking or something, weren't they?
Embodied?
There was like. Mm.
Mumbling to themselves.
Mhm.
Now, if memory serves, I've recently bandaged Neffy, so they've got an hour until I can do that again. And current spell usage is I've popped all the heals in my devices, in my items, and just have native healing left. So I've got three heal spells available. Two firsts and a second.
Oh, I forgot. What have I got? Oh god, I can never remember which way around these count. What happens to the numbers if I do that? Okay, that. Right, so I've still got all my level 1s left and a couple of level 2s. Obviously some of that's hang on a minute, that doesn't make sense, because I left a critter in there, didn't I?
You did.
I summoned a servitor and
You
left
did,
it.
yes.
Why hasn't that shown up on the spell tracking? Almost all my spells left. Let's go with that. Well, we could probably handle an easier fight or something we're better equipped for before we go back to town and try and pick up some ability to beat these things up properly.
In that case, then we might as well unbarricade this door and But if it was mumbling to itself, there's half a chance we could have a conversation with whatever it is. Because we have encountered like sentient undead down here. We've encountered a demon down here, and whatever the hell it was in the room full of iron cages. So there's half a chance it's actually something or someone as opposed to a.
Someone as opposed to something.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I vote I don't go first.
It does seem to be a poor idea on this occasion.
I will stand back.
You going first then, Moz?
Yeah, it has a suspicious feeling of that, doesn't it? I'll tell you what, before everyone buggers off and hides behind me, anyone else want to have a listen to this thing, make sure it's still awake in it, and that the door's not rigged to explode in my face?
Well, I'll have a listen.
I can have a look for traps.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Having a look and having a listen. Okay. General kind of look over the door and everything else. It does not appear to be trapped. You can still hear noises coming from the other side. This time, yeah, the language is still a little bit odd. It's not one you've really heard. Any of you have heard before. It's actually a bit odd. It's almost like voices, and I said this before, the voice doesn't sound like anything that would a normal creature could produce. It almost sounds like the sound of things rubbing or sliding against one another to create noises and create sounds. But it is speaking, and it does seem to drop into a variety of different things. It almost like it swaps into Aklo periodically. Sometimes it's Elven. There's a little bit of Common every now and again, and flits into a language which I don't believe any of you know, which is Undercommon. You probably picked up or heard kind of snippets of it before, but you don't recognise it, the full language. Some of you might, I'm not 100% certain, but certainly Aklo is a language I know at least one of you speaks, and Elven is similarly. So while it's flipping through the various voices, you do hear phrases that kind of you catch on to. Why won't the mistress talk to me anymore? Why are they talking through that strange creature in her chambers rather than to me? I must try harder. I must get the gauntlet repaired. This will make sure that she speaks to me again. It's been so long. It's been so long since I saw her. I must study. I must look into this further. I must. And then it starts.
And this didn't ping as spiritual, did it?
Correct.
Last time.
It has not pinged as a spiritual.
So that sounds like he's. Oh, what's the name of the woman who built the gauntlet?
Belcora.
Is that
Thank
the
you.
dude we've got to lock it off?
Sorry, is that the what?
Oh,
We got to lock it. We got to lock it with a
We
picture in
do.
it.
his name? Can't remember his name. The one that owned the building out the back of
Yeah,
the
the
gauntlet.
creepy flash warping lab.
Mm.
The soul transfer lab.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can't
I've got
remember
it.
his name.
Volok has
Oh yeah,
written
Volok.
A. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Have
Oh.
you still got that locker kicking her?
I've got it.
Okay.
Oh yes, he's a dark elf, isn't he? What are they called
Yes.
in this system? 40 years, dark skin, white hair. every bit as haughty as stereotype would have you believe.
So I take it we're going
and
to walk in and
he
be
says
polite.
about yeah.
Wow, there we
I
go.
was gonna say, he said about stuff in her room, which is that horrible thing that tried to kill us earlier.
Oh god, Matt. So I know, although I haven't entirely shared with the party, I don't think, that I've been here before.
Mm-hmm.
Do I recognise him looking at the picture, and do I think he's likely to recognise me?
Now that you think about it a little bit harder, yes, you do recognise him. Whether or not he would recognise you, you don't know. You were quite. You have a feeling you were quite low level in whatever the organisation was here.
Okay. And I probably don't look like I did last time, because, you know, I wasn't a Duskwalker then.
Yeah.
Good. Do I know anything useful about him?
Utterly ruthlessly devoted to Belcora. To the extent of complete infatuation. In fact, thinking about the original ghost that you met, there's a reasonable chance that, so the first one that had the locket in the first place, there's a reasonable chance that if you could have broken the illusion that Volok had any interest in that woman whatsoever, that might have been enough to set her free.
This was the psychotic scribe in the library?
Yes.
So, hang on a minute. If we got rid of her in the end, didn't we? Or did we? Or she's...
You destroyed
No.
the body, or you destroyed the form.
Yeah, no, she's going to reform, isn't she? So hang on. If we can convince her that he's not interested in Belcora, she'll be happy.
No, if you can explain to her that Volok would never have been interested in her because he was so besotted with Belcora, that might free her.
Oh, okay. She wants him to be interested in her.
Mm-hmm.
Bad luck triangle.
Okay. Monogamous and not okay. Sure. Okay.
That's the other hashtag of the session.
Yep. Hashtag the monos are not okay. You're a dick.
Oh dear.
Okay. But we know that he is very much interested in Belcora, so actually we'd have to lie to her, which doesn't seem like a sensible plan given quite how determined she was about her life and life.
Zinval stands there with these various looks on their face.
Yeah, because none of this
Rolling
is
through
coming
the
out of my
lifestyle.
mouth, of course. Yeah.
Moz is just going to knock on the door and then open it very gently. Good evening.
You open it and you find yourself confronted with a 5-foot corridor and another door.
Hey, well, there's nothing if not sarcastic. Right, knock, knock, knock again. Evening.
Okay.
Morning.
You open up the door. Now I've deliberately left
Find
the creature out of sight, so I will reveal the character to you shortly. The walls of this large chamber are hung with grisly paintings depicting various spectral beings cavorting among ruined neighbourhoods, overgrown swamps and foggy graveyards. 3 large, overstuffed chairs pair with small end tables upon which sit empty wine glasses. To the south stands a cluttered writing desk with its own chair, while a large iron tub to the west is visible between standing screens depicting shadowy marshes. Sat at the chair is what vaguely resembles a drow-shaped being who rises from the chair in an almost fluid manner. But when I say in a fluid manner, I don't mean gracefully, like a fluid moves through a brook. I mean the kind of fluid which is congealed and lumpy and
Ew.
and almost rotting, containing rot and effluence and various unimaginables like that. Because as you look upon this creature even further, as it turns towards you and begins to speak in that weird sound where it's almost like things are rubbing against one another, what you realise is this creature, while it is drow-shaped and does indeed look very much like Volok, at least roughly speaking, is instead a mass of what can be best described as black leeches, all compiled and pressed upon one another to create the shape of this being. It stands, these leeches almost like dropping off its fingers and its appendages and then re-collecting in the bottom as more move to reform the shape of this creature. I will reveal the token and then I will show you
Ew.
the image of this thing.
Mr. Gristle, fetch the leeches.
As it
Ew.
looks,
All the leeches.
as it looks upon
Oh,
you,
God.
and in that strange, twisted voice, speaking common this time, says, "Who are you and what are you doing here?"
Well, my name's Mosron. Or at least you can call me that. And we're doing just a wee spot of an investigation and finding out what's occurring. And to be brutally honest, you seem to be one of the more verbal individuals that we've actually encountered whilst we've been down here. So I suppose to an extent, just passing the time of day, really.
You've come far too far through here to just be passing the time of day. I am
Or with you, anyway.
I am far, far more of a threat than you have ever encountered before, and I will destroy you for my mistress. There is no conversation to be had, truly. All I wanted to know was whether or not you served the mistress or not, and clearly you do not. So, bare your arms. Whatever weapons or magic you potentially have upon you, be ready to wield them. But I do not think you will last long. And what we'll do is we'll pause, and we'll roll for initiative. Catch you in a bit, guys. Okay, we are on pause, and let's get some appropriate music going, shall we, for this one? Let's be doing that. Okay. We'll just swap over to this. He has his own music. Okay, Moz.
19 on the dice, plus 8 perception, plus 2 for being an incredible initiative, because it'll be 29.
29. Okay, good for you. Inva.
17 on the dice, plus 7, plus 1 for 24, please.
4. Okay. Neffy.
20 plus 9 plus 1, so 30.
30. Okay. And Phelan.
17 plus 12 plus 1 for 30.
So between you and Neffy, you get to pick which of the two of you will go first. Because you are most definitely rolling the highest initiatives here. So it's defaulted to Neffy, but I can swap around if you two would prefer Phelan to go first.
I'm happy for Neffy to go first.
Okay.
Alright.
Then Neffy is getting to go first.
He's clearly threatened us, so.
Yes.
Retreat
pretty much.
is an option.
Oi, I'm
Do you
still
want us
in
to
here.
not fight him? Yeah, just shut the door and leave him in there.
No, I meant including Moz, obviously.
Oh, okay. I mean, does he appear to have opposable leech thumbs? Like, can he get through the doors?
You would guess, considering the way he is. And by the by, you know that the ghost couldn't have eaten the meal. So he got through a barricaded door to go and have a snack and then come back into his room.
I get the feeling it's
And
Yeah.
maybe
left
least
the
if
door
he can just
barricaded.
leech
Oh
form.
shit, so he can move. And he can leave his space. Oh, we are so gonna regret our life choices.
But
I've already rolled my next character. I'm good.
yeah, I've got a backup. It's fine. Oh, I mean, okay, we're doing those concepts.
Yeah.
Right.
You're not allowed to die just to get to play them.
Aww. So we're fighting. Okay. Do we want to go in the room? I mean, hey.
I mean, I've got no option, so it's up to you.
Yeah, you're already in there. Right. I'll go
Mhm.
there. Wait, what was that?
That would have been 10 to get you to there.
Thank you. Cool. 15. How far do I need to be for that? 1 second, I'm just checking the spell. Or a word, but it doesn't want to open the spell, so that's helpful. It might because it's popped out. Give me a second. Yeah, it doesn't like it when it's popped out. 15-foot cone. So if I go there, that won't hit Moz.
That's correct.
Cool.
You could have probably done it from where you were, to be fair.
Okay.
If I just
Oh, then
quick look, I might be able to.
it's a cone, so I'm thinking it would have caught Moz.
You
But
could have done it because you could have placed it
Just
in that corner. Because with cones, you orientate them from a corner, and by putting it in that corner,
Oh,
of your
okay.
character, you would have been able to hit him and not anything else. Okay.
oh, perfect. Okay.
So what are you casting at him?
Burning Hands. I've clicked it on the thing.
Hmm.
So you've got to make a DC 19 basic reflex.
Okay. Natural 1.
Ooh, lovely.
As a note, a
Yeah.
natural. Just lifting the veil ever so slightly. A natural 2 would have been a success.
Incredible.
Apparently he's got massive.
So that's a fail, but because of the natural 1, it's a critical fail.
Okay. What does that mean?
I
What am
will
roll?
take double damage, so you roll your. I don't know how much it is at the
2d6.
moment. It'll be more than that because.
No, it says 2d6.
Because you've
No,
not
we
got
haven't
it.
leveled up yet.
Yeah, you've not got it at a higher level yet, have you? So that's
Nope.
fine. It's only level 1. So yeah, 2d6. And
Is
then
he more vulnerable because he's a pile of leeches?
Well, yes. See, let's see what happens, shall we?
Well, I rolled a 6 and a 5.
Okay. Okay.
So that's 11. Doubled is 22.
22. And interestingly enough, yes, he does seem to be more affected by the burning hands, as multiple of the leeches that make up his body seem to catch light and start having problems. So 22 increased up because of what he is. He screams at that.
I yell at Phelan, use fire.
Okay, it is Phelan's turn.
Right. So, Oleron's going to use his own single native action to wander into the room and see what's up.
Okay.
I will step across. Yeah, I'm going to step across so I've got line of sight down there, but I'm not blocking people's line of movement.
Yep.
I'm going to... And then let's pitch up and toss a firebolt at produce flame at him.
Produce flame. Okay. So that is an attack roll, I believe, for a ranged version of the spell.
It's 21 to hit.
21 to hit is a miss.
That does not surprise me. If he's got reflex saves out the wazoo, he's probably got AC out the wazoo as well.
Yeah, it's a reasonable assumption.
Which is why I've not stuck flaming sphere up his butt.
Yes. Okay, that makes it Moz's turn.
Yes.
And Moz will say, "Oh, thank you for the invitation," and hit him with the stick. By which I mean, hard. That's a 6 plus 13 for 19.
That is a most definite miss.
Oh, okay. And he will carry on the motion and bring it, instead of having brought it horizontally and failed to connect, and being very confused about this, he'll then bring it down for a 1 o'clock through 7 strike. And that's a nat 20. Plus,
Okay, nat 20 is a good start. What is the total, just out of interest? It should be more than his AC, but I just want to...
29.
Yes, so that is a critical hit then.
Ooh.
What
Is...
I will say is, what you do notice is as you strike through with the blade, the leeches do seem to try and move around it, so they almost seem to take less damage as you hit them.
Okay. Check my notes. It's 2d10 plus strength. That's terrible. That's 3 plus 4 makes 7 for 14.
Yeah, it really doesn't seem to take a lot. It does take some, but that did not hit it as anywhere near as hard as you would like.
Can I do a recall knowledge then? I don't think I've got any particular lore to help with this other than generally undead.
Okay, so the first thing I will tell you is it is not an undead creature, but I will roll the appropriate thing that you do have. So, with an 18 on the dice, you're still not actually sure.
Oh.
Bad day.
Yeah, you're not 100% sure you know what this creature is at all.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. That's 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
And I might as well stay right.
Alright. Inva, it is your turn.
So I'm going to move and have a look at what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Chaos.
Is it visibly damaged after everybody else has had a go?
It is visibly damaged after everybody else has had a go. What you notice is that... let me see if you notice this. Yeah, okay, reasonable roll. The issue for these leeches doesn't appear to be that they were set on fire. It's more that they weren't able to move away from the blow because it was in an area around them. So the virtue of the fact that it covered an area appears to be the biggest problem, because what you notice is this thing is moving and shifting around in ways to avoid the blow. So if you catch it in that nice big cone or whatever, then...
Yep. So am I relatively sure that whatever this is, it isn't the Volok that I knew before it became created out of leeches? Or do I not?
It looks like... It actually, to a certain extent, sounds like him. It's wearing the same clothes.
But he wasn't made out of leeches.
But he wasn't made out of leeches at the time.
Okay, fine. In that case, having been busy doing measurements, I'm going to drop a sound burst here.
Okay.
We'll hit him for a reflex, but nobody else.
Okay. do the reflex save. I got a 6 on the dice this time for a 23.
That is a
Oh, it's
success.
a fortitude save though.
Oh, sorry, no,
Not
it's fortitude save, not a reflex.
But that is a 19 in total, so it is bang on the success.
Ha!
So
Okay.
I take half damage though.
I need to get the feat that stops that being the way it works. So I take 12 points of damage.
Okay, that would be halved. So I would take 6.
Sorry, yes.
But
Yep.
it is an area of effect ability, and you notice that while that burst goes out, the leeches try and shift out the way, but all that happens is they get sort of blasted out from this creature, and do not return, or at least sort of land on the floor in various bad states of repair. So I'm going to take that a little bit more. This thing looks pretty badly injured, to be honest.
Use it. So I'm now going to yell use area. Or maybe blunt effects.
Okay. It is now its go.
Does Morse have a hammer?
The very first thing you do notice is that some of the leeches that have fallen off of this creature are not dead, and they begin to crawl back and reform back into the body. So it does appear to heal itself as part of the process. The next thing it is going to do, even though I am in range for an attack, is it's going to try and cast a spell at Neffy.
So.
So
I would like to whap it.
I thought you might want to whap it, yes.
Whap it good.
Whap it like
Whap
we know
it
we should.
real
Come on.
good.
That's a 16 plus 13 for 29 again.
29 is a hit, it is not a crit, so it will get the spell off, but you can do some damage to it.
That's better. That's 6 and 7 for maths. 13 plus 4 makes 17
Okay.
Of what sort?
of slashing. Slashing physical.
So, again, these things move out of the way, but a number of them are sort of smashed out of the creature, out of the side of it. It is, however, going to manage to get this spell off. I would like you to make a fortitude save before I start describing what is going to happen to you.
Oh, I'm going to throw my dice on the floor. Let's get a different one. Fortitude. Oh, that's my worst one. Yee. 16. Yee.
That is a fail, but thank goodness that is not a critical fail. Because
Okay.
what begins to happen is suddenly under your skin you can feel maggots
Oh
and
no. Oh no.
creatures burrowing through your body. You are flat-footed, shock horror, just due to the sheer amount of pain that you are in. In addition to that, you are going to take 4d6 damage and 1d6 persistent damage from this point
Good.
onwards.
Good. Going back onto dying, I'm sure.
So let's do the 4d6 first, shall we?
Yes.
That's not too terrible. That's 9 points of damage.
Oh, okay.
Okay. However, you are going to now be taking persistent 1d6 damage. So I will apply that. Do I want to apply? No, what I'll do is put the status on you, and we'll just set it as 0 damage for now. We just have to remember that you have it. So we'll do that. Okay, there you are. You now have a thing on just to remind us that you are taking damage. So that's
Goody.
1, 2, and so that's 2 actions to cast that. And then the next thing it's going to do is.
Did the healing itself, was that just an innate thing, not
Yeah, just seem to just.
Not take an
Oh
action.
my god.
Didn't
With
take an
its-
action. Nope.
Oh, God.
With its third action, it reconsiders its life choices and just dies.
Yeah. It just submits to us, yep.
It's going to reach out towards Moz, and as it does, it. You know how I said it's a writhing form? That becomes like a long tendril, and it just hits you with this piercing strike as it tries to hit you in the shoulder.
Piercing?
Piercing. Yes,
Piercing?
I know you take less piercing. I do realise that. However, you do take persistent damage still, as far as I'm aware. And then again, a 4 on the dice. Well, that's a 22.
That is my AC.
Okay, so it is going to hit you. So you are going to take
What?
what?
22 is my AC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't have to beat the AC.
When
you have
I-
to match it.
So why did he not fail the reflex save then?
Because he matched your DC. If you match, you succeed. So
Okay, or whatever you're trying to do.
whatever you're trying to do, yes.
Meet or beat.
Yeah. So you take
Me-
6 points of piercing damage.
Reduced by 3.
So 3 points of piercing damage, and you will take 5 points of persistent piercing damage every turn, as the leeches are now stuck on you
Mm-hmm.
and trying to bite you.
So I take 2 points each turn then.
No, that's after I've taken it down. It would normally be 8.
Okay. So down to 29 after that.
So you obviously don't take the persistent until it's your turn.
Okay, 34. Cool.
Okay.
Mm.
Right, that is all 3 of its actions. Neffy, it is your turn.
Yeah, do I take damage?
No, so the damage is taken at the end of your turn.
Okay.
You then would immediately also get a saving throw to try and get rid of it. You can choose to take an action to effectively aid yourself in recovering. So it's like, in this case, it would be the equivalent of grabbing these things and getting rid of them. So you could choose to do that as an action. That would reduce the DC to a 10 to stop taking damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna do an action to try and get rid of them.
Okay, so that's one action.
And then... What's he got to that? Yeah, it doesn't like it when my character sheet's popped out. Hang on.
No.
Oh, it used to like it. When did that change? Well, no, his reflex is really good. I don't know what to do.
Same thing you did last time.
But if they go
No,
with the
'cause I
royal
can-
pattern,
I only have one spell, and I've used it.
Run away.
crossbow, run away.
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I could back up. Yeah, I am actually going to back up.
Okay.
Yes, you would. Nope, that's a wall. Hang on. Right, she was going there.
Okay.
So that's 2 actions.
Mm-hmm.
Can I try and identify?
Yep, absolutely. I shall roll the dice.
Thank you.
Exactly what you needed, a natural 20, because none of you actually have a high enough skill normally to identify this. So the natural 20
Oh,
was
wow.
the only way of doing it. And there you go. You now realise that this is a creature known as a worm that walks. It is a ritually created being.
Book about worms.
You have found several books with regards to worms and things like this. The problem is, this does make you feel kind of a little bit sick. Because the way that a worm that walks is created is that you cast a ritual over a swarm of worms or the creatures that of that sort of nature, and then you ritually feed yourself to them.
Ew.
In doing so, you effectively take over the mind of the swarm and become a creature of multiple small swarm creatures. Generally speaking, worms or leeches or things like that. A couple of things that you do know about this, because with a natural 20, technically this is it is only a success, but I'm going to swing a little bit here. The main thing that you do know, they can cast spells, you've seen that. They fast heal, you have seen that, because obviously the creatures collect. They do not technically die unless every single creature that makes up their being is destroyed. So, when this creature does something called discorporate, as in it collapses into a small puddle of these things on the floor, they have to all be destroyed within a set length of time. Because if they are not, they will go away and reform this creature after a certain number of days.
Oh, jeez. So this thing isn't undead, though, is it?
No, it is an aberration.
Okay. So if and when it does that, we need to go smash, 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 and destroy as many.
Well,
Fill it with fire.
Unfortunately,
Sure.
yeah. Unfortunately, the main problem is just going around stabbing them is normally not quick enough. You must deal damage with area of effect or splash damage quickly enough to really give it a chance of being destroyed.
Okay, goody. Does anyone have really good area of effect things so that we can do that?
Well,
I mean, I've
hopefully
only
after
got...
Hopefully after it's dropped, its reflex save will at least tone down a bit. I have a burning hands and a couple of fireball beads.
That would be good.
No,
Yeah.
then.
All the whole goddamn place, fireball it to doom.
Just take the
Just-
whole
just-
tower
It's
down.
the only way
Just
to be
off and
sure.
fireball the entire site from orbit.
Exactly,
it's the only way to be
it's the
sure,
only
yeah.
way to be sure.
Happy Aliens Day, by the way.
Okay, in which case I can use my other area effect spell to deal damage to it while it's still in one piece. Well,
That's
passing
another,
its
that's
one piece.
another fortitude one, yeah?
It's the same as I did last time.
Okay, that's me done. Yeah.
Right, that makes it Phelan's turn. Well, actually, no, it doesn't. First thing you're going to do is you're going to take some damage. You take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
And then I need you to roll a d20, and you really, 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 really want to get a 10 or higher.
Oh, 11 on a
Then
d20.
you are no longer suffering from these things inside your body. They have all been got rid of.
Oh, goody.
Okay,
Because, ew.
now it's Phelan's turn.
Right.
Said with utter confidence.
I mean, you can eat insects, right? They can form a protein component of a meal.
Ew.
Add your feast. I don't think that's a smell.
Not sure what eating sentiently controlled hive mind would do to Olerin.
Well, to start off with, I'm going to toss a produce flame at it,
Okay.
which is a miss.
Oh.
The 14.
Yep. No, that's gonna miss, I'm afraid.
And I'm going to tell Olerin to get in there and give it some biting. Which is going to be equally useless.
Okay, fair enough. Alright then. That would be your round, I guess. Moz, it's your turn.
Taking on board what Invar said, Moz pauses for a moment and thinks about the sap that he's got tucked into his belt loops, half under a pouch because of its dubious legality. And decides that that's that's going to take far too long to get, and otherwise, and he's just going to whap it the back end of his halberd instead.
Okay.
A simple cross strike with his helmet. That's a nat 20. That's better. I'm sticking with the bone dice tonight.
That does help. That is a critical hit.
Stick with the bone dice. There we go. Yeah. That's a 2 and a 4 for 6 to make 10 to make 20.
Okay. Again, there's a shift out of the way, but that hit this thing is not looking well for what it can look, I guess. Forgive distinctions of well for this creature. There no longer appear to be that many things creating its form.
No benefit to shoving it, so he's just going to persist with it, and having come round with the bottom end of the halberd, he's just going to then reverse and come down from 12 through 6 with an exacting strike.
Okay.
That's an 18 plus numbers.
Plus numbers.
18 plus 8 for 26.
That is a hit.
Dice and the other metal dice now. That's a 1 and a 3. Well, sorry, 1 and a 2 for 3 plus 4 for 7.
There's so little of this creature that as you swing down, even though you feel a connection on things, all of what remains just avoids the blow. So unfortunately, it is a hit, and therefore the exacting strike stuff won't kick in, but you did no damage due to the resistance it's got to your weapon.
Some crit fishing. That's a 10 plus 3 for 13. That's no.
No, that's nowhere near. That's nowhere near.
Attempting to blended things.
Okay, I would like you to roll.
5
So
points.
firstly, take 5 points of damage, and second, then roll yourself a d20, and you're looking for a 15 or higher.
That's a 10.
You are still, unfortunately, affected by these leeches that are crawling all over you.
Oh, no, it's no good for leaders.
Okay, so yes, you do need to take the 5 damage, and then it is Inva's turn.
So I'm going to do what I did last time. Because I don't have any other good options at this point.
Mm-hmm.
All out on level 2s.
Okay, that is an 8 on the dice. That will still be a success, so I'll still take only half damage, but hey, you know.
Eight and 9 for 17 on the dice.
Okay, so that is halved down to 8.
8.
but then there is a bit extra on top. There are the tiniest number of these things.
Fucking go!
Still, you have one action left. Can you
I
do
do.
anything with your one action?
I mean, go and try and stamp on them. I can lob a thunderstone at it.
You'd have to draw the thunderstone, unfortunately. So yeah.
Because I meant to do that at the beginning of the fight and forgot. Because I looked at it and then that's going to be useful. I should.
Could have got you to do Miss Sword as well. Sorry, my halberd.
Sure.
Phrasing.
No, because I've done significant damage to it in the 2 rounds I've had. I've done more damage to it like this than I would have done like that. Technically, I've got my crossbow in my hand, but it's not loaded. Ooh, I could glare at it. I could try and intimidate it.
You could, yeah, absolutely you could.
If only because it gives it some penalties on everything else it tries to do if it works.
Yeah.
So, in what is becoming a bit of a common move for this character, you get the disgusted, oh for fuck's sake, you're still alive, how? Thing. Hang on a minute. But I did. Let me actually roll the dice rather than that.
Yep.
And I'm going to hero point that.
Oh yeah, hero points.
Not a lot of.
Yeah. They do exist, yeah.
For a total of 20.
20,
9 on the
unfortunately,
dice and 11.
whatever is of this creature really doesn't seem to care in any way, shape or form. It is its go, and you are right, unfortunately the first thing it does is a number of these things start to re-merge and join back up with this creature. Right. I'm going to take a 5-foot step backwards so that I can't be hit by moss when I then cast a spell. So it's going to try and cast. It's going to do that one. Yeah, we're going to do that. So it steps back to that space, and in doing so, what remains of its maw opens up and a number of creatures start to spill out. They do not look like they are originally from its body. It looks like it is gaining them through some sort of magic. That is going to vomit forth over Orin, Moz, and it's just going to get Inver just through the door as it spews this stuff out in a 30-foot cone. You need to make a reflex saving throw, please.
Reflex. It's not. Looking for some.
Oops. 24.
Also 24 for badge jobs.
Okay.
22 for
Last
me.
time.
Okay. If it helps at all, that is every single one that fail. So do not worry, you're all getting hit by this. You all, those of you that failed the saving throw, become sickened at level 1 each. And in addition, yowzers, you are going to take 13 points of damage. Each of you. So I will put the sickened stuff down. That's not a problem. As soon as you are hit with this stuff, these creatures just disappear. As I say, they were not actually part of it. They are part of the spell itself. Okay, so sickened. sickened. So sickened is an interesting condition, and the fact that you can actually force yourself with an action to try and stop being sickened, effectively retching up what is making you feel ill. That is all of its actions. It is then Neffy's turn.
Yeah, there's not really much I can do.
Either crossbow at it.
Hold the crossbow or fire at.
Who is
I
mom?
can't. I mean, I have to get into a place where I can see the bloody thing. Oh, there you go. I can just about make him out.
Yeah,
Because I don't want to get in that room again.
From there, I will give him a bit of cover because you are trying to angle that through a door and past two people. So he will get some cover.
And then I'll shoot him.
Okay.
Or Scroop stepmom in the back of the head, one of the two.
That is 27.
27, even with a bit of cover, is a hit. However, I am going to say this very, very, very simply for you. It does 1d6
The damage does nothing. Yeah.
It does 1d6 damage, and it's got more physical damage reduction than that.
That was a 6.
Nothing happens.
I just wanted a roll.
Fair enough, you rolled. You do have one action left.
Yeah. No, I moved. Oh,
Yeah.
I reload. Not that it matters.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Phelan.
Okay, I still have eyes on this thing,
Mm-hmm.
so we're going to pitch a fuse flame at it,
Okay.
and we're going to hero point that because I'm sick of rolling 4s. Good news, everybody! That was 5.
Okay, so that doesn't hit then.
Olarin, carry on trying to bite it. So Olarin moves up, and depending on what Sickened does to attack rolls,
I believe something. So
minus 1.
minus 1 to any physical stats or anything like any DCs at all. Yeah.
Okay, 22 for bitey bites.
22 is going to be a miss, I'm afraid. Okay, that is your 3 actions, I believe.
Yep.
Moz, it is your turn.
There is nothing. Ooh.
Need to talk for a minute.
I have a torch. There's a very small part of me that goes, light the torch. Take the torch out, light the torch, beat it to death, torch.
Light the torch, not the rat. Light the torch, not the rat.
Yes! Yes, Rizzo! Yes! But no, we will continue. Moz will continue to play. Will it blend or will it break?
You're going to take a step forward.
He will have to take a step forward, bollocks. That is a step forward. Does anything happen? No? Just a step.
No, just a step forward.
That is a 13 plus 12.
Is exactly a hit.
That's good for me. Bone dice, not so good for heavy damagey things. Metal dice. Much better for heavy damagey things. 7 and 8 for 15 plus 4 for 19 points of blending damage.
19 points of blending damage.
Leech smoke. Don't breathe this.
The body of this thing discorporates. It drops to the floor, and you now have a pool of leeches effectively, and you can see they are trying the best they can to move away from where you killed this creature.
And my movement speed is visible somewhere on this sheet. 20 feet of movement.
20 foot of movement. Okay.
Which means that I can now, because otherwise the option is to start lighting a torch and do all that kind of rubbish. Instead, 20 feet is 10 to there. I can get from that corner. Yeah. If you'll let me just wangle that corner.
I will allow for it, yes.
Wangle the corner. Fireball it! Once you got all the red out.
Okay. You need to make you take 5 points of damage.
Ooh.
And you need to make a 15 or higher on a d20 roll.
Yeah, I made 10 under that.
It's fine. Okay. Doesn't matter then. Right, Inver, it is your turn.
Presumably something like daze, which targets a mind, is no longer relevant.
No, and Neffy did say you need to hit the area of effect or splash to sort of try and disrupt this thing.
I'm going to draw and lob the Thunderstone.
Okay. Let's have a little look. Does the Thunderstone do area damage? Or splash? It does splash. It does splash. Okay. Right. Okay. So the way that this works is you don't actually have to do damage per se, although I will want an attack roll from you. So what it says here is.
Save. No.
Well, no. It's this. Bear with, because you do not cause this thing any damage from this point onwards. Okay, this is about disrupting and destroying the leeches. In order to do that, after any amount of area or splash damage is dealt to the space or within one space of where the creature died, the person that dealt the damage may make a DC 15 flat check. Each subsequent area of effect or splash damage effects reduce that check by 2. So the first one's 15, then it's 13, then it's 11. If at any point during the process, at which point of these creatures trying to escape, if any of those flat checks succeed, you effectively kill all the remaining creatures. Okay? So, all you've got to do is, can you throw that stone within one space of where this thing died? Okay, so you are targeting the floor. The floor has an AC of 5. Your range is 20 foot with a thrown weapon, so you're one step out of that range.
Oh, I can move myself in.
You could, yes. The only thing is, please note, there are fireballs about to go into that room, most likely, so...
Yeah, but if I stand there, that puts me in 20-foot range, right?
You can, yeah.
Matt,
So I'm trying to roll more than a 5.
While Kez is rolling, Flaming
7!
Sphere, because that affects everything in a square, is that sufficiently splashy?
I believe that Flaming Sphere, the spell itself says it is an area of 5. So by virtue of the fact that it says it's an area, I believe that immediately means that it's... let's have a look. Actually, it doesn't, does it? It doesn't say it affects an area.
It says each creature in the square where it first appears.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm querying that.
So normally when you look at Burning Hands, it has the tag of area, and they are very, very specific with the uses of tags to sort of say if it's got a tag, it means that. So
I'm just going to check the book in case that says something more useful than boundary.
I would.
So
My initial thought is, unfortunately, the spell doesn't have the tag. So, but Thunderstone, perfectly fine.
One 5 foot area, 1 5 foot square.
Well, there we go then. Fine. It has the area. So, Inver,
I've
you
hit
roll,
the floor
you hit the
successfully.
floor successfully. That means at this point you roll a DC 15 flat check to see if you disrupt and destroy the
19!
So, becomes irrelevant whether or not Flaming Sphere would have done it anyway. The stone goes in. There is a massive boom shockwave, which just misses Olorin. And these sort of leeches that are on the floor trying to creep away, all of a sudden are launched various distances in each direction, becoming splattered smears on the walls, on the across the various bits of furniture. After a couple of seconds of looking into the room, you realise that there is no movement from these things left whatsoever. The room goes quiet,
Right.
apart from a little bit of echoing. And then a moment later, what appears to be a scream of pain coming from the east. And we'll leave that till
In the
next time.
hole, or
Right. Catch you around later, guys. We're going to take a break and we'll come back in just a moment. Bye-bye.
Bye.